Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Blend. Hello, Jeff Franklin. Hello, V Star. How are you all? Hello, LGG Pickles. Hello, Captain Trek. I don't coffee. No, I don't need coffee. I'm drinking water. Water is good, especially when you've been sick. And that's what I'm drinking. But I know Nina probably wants some coffee.
Yes, I do.
Yes, she does, she says. So, as you can see, I'm sporting a new avatar. There's everybody here, and there's only one watching. Good morning. Did I scare you away? Did I scare you away? Hello, Carlo Albanese. Good morning, sir. Today we are talking about Universal Monsters. If anybody would like to come up and discuss Universal Monsters with me, please come up and have a discussion about Universal Monsters. We could start with my personal favorite, Count Dracula, who, on the contrary, Captain Trek, is not a sparkly vampire. Oh, yes, I get to go sit to Sparkly Vampires tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. We're all gonna get together, watch the Sparkly Vampire movie, and riff tracks it to shreds. I don't know if Nina wants to be present for that. She kind of gives me a dirty look right now. But we'll have fun anyway. And thank you so much, Itzy, for the renderings. I just sporting off this first one. I was trying to be sneaky and hide them in my Discord server under a channel that I thought nobody would go into. So I have them stashed away there right now. But Count Dracula, which I believe was 1933, I believe, and I'm going off of memory here. I don't know if I put that in the chat. Well, there's the StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up and join me. So the first Universal Monsters was Count Dracula, and I want to say it was followed by the Wolfman. But anyway, Count Dracula was Bela Lugosi, 1930 film. I just love the elegance of the gothic vampire. So, hello, V.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
How are you, my friend? I'm good. I'm good. So I have some years, and the first ones, because Universal. We were talking about that the other night, and
Mm-hmm.
how I went as a little girl, and the monsters would be all dressed up. I even got a ride on Frankenstein's shoulders. Yeah, as a little girl. So they've always been like my friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love them monsters, but yeah, you're right. Dracula was in 1931 with Bela
31.
Lugosi, but
Oh, I think
that
you're cut.
the silent one, yeah, the silent one was in
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That,
1929.
that's
Yeah,
right.
and that one
For,
actually, what I put in chat, I didn't know this, but it was banned in Switzerland because it was too horrible. Yeah. And then,
yeah.
so
Nosferatu.
actually,
Nosferatu.
Universal started like in the 1920s with this. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then, so the first one was 1923, which was The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And then 1925 was The Phantom of the Opera. So those two started it off in the black and white. Um, and then came Dracula, 1931. 9 months later came Frankenstein. And then the list
Mm.
goes down. I did take some notes. Yeah. So from 1931 to 33, it was Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, and The Invisible Man. So those, besides The Hunchback and The Phantom, those really started that whole era, and that's why Universal has been known to be the first one to start the series on horror films. So
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to start with them, and then came like the Wolfman, and then in '48 came Abbott and Costello's Meet Frankenstein, and then in the mid '50s came The Creature of the Black Lagoon, and I do believe that that was like the last of the era, was The Creature of the Black Lagoon, if I'm not mistaken. But then the remakes came and stuff like that. But yeah, The Wolfman in 1940, all of them would be, well, except the Invisible Man, of course, because he was invisible, would be walking around Universal Studios back in the day before they really went stupid, you know?
Oh,
Um, yeah, it was so cool. It was really cool. It was really cool to see them and see the actual sets and stuff that they did. Um, just really interesting how they. I mean, they really showed you how a movie was made.
we forgot.
So
We forgot a few
yeah.
other. We forgot
Oh
Phantom of the
yeah.
Opera, 1925.
Well, yeah. No, Phantom of the Opera and The Hunchback were the first two.
Mm-hmm.
I did mention that. Yeah,
Okay.
Hunchback was 1923, and yeah, Phantom was 1925. So technically, they're the two that started the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
since Universal started in the 1920s. I'm sorry, I talk fast, you know that. But and then it then came Dracula was the next one.
Purple Valkyrie. Good morning.
Bela
Or
Lugosi, and of course
good day.
Boris Karloff
Good.
that played Frankenstein.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're discussing Universal Hollywood classic movie monsters. Is what we're discussing.
Oh yay! Look,
The link is in the chat if anybody
Carlos
else
and Purple
would.
Valkyrie. I just looked in the chat. Hi, you all.
Yeah. The link is in the chat if
Yeah.
anybody else would like to.
I just wanted to hop on
the
and just give you that.
panel. Thank you, V.
So why Dracula? Why was that your favorite? I'm just, you know.
Oh, I used to, from when I was 9, just always, I loved dressing up as Dracula. You know, I would constantly, year after year, dress up as Count Dracula with a cape and fangs. and the blood. Uh,
Wow, it's so cool.
yeah, but there's also the
Because
Invisible
Bela Lugosi
Man.
kind of made it a little romantic. hmm
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. They said there's over 40 of them. Those are the only ones that stand out in my mind. But yeah, they said there's over 40 monsters that Universal brought to the table.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr.
Bride of
Hyde,
Frankenstein. Yes. How can we
1913.
forget them?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think it says 1913 film.
Wow, so that's even before the Hunchback and the Phantom. Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
See?
I just I've always been fascinated and really liked the Universal classic movie monsters.
Yeah. I always felt sorry for Frankenstein. I always had I felt sad for him. I remember crying at Universal Studios, and I said, "Mom," I said, "because he's sad, Mommy. He wanted to be died. He didn't want to come back." And so that's when he picked me up and put me on his shoulders. My gosh, I wish I had those pictures, because those are days, you know. But
You, Carl Albanese. What was the one with a ventriloquist in black and white around 50s that scared me for life when you were 9?
Not sorry, but I felt sad for them because they were sad. A lot of them, you know, like the mummy at the very end. You know, when he's carrying her down into the water, the black and white have their love or something. And it's such a hope.
Yeah, we have Dracula. And then there's a Spanish version, and then yeah, Frankenstein, the Mummy. How can we forget the Mummy? Oh my gosh, we forgot the Mummy.
Yeah.
That was 1932.
Yep.
Came out December.
Yeah, I cut out there for a minute, but I was just saying how I felt sorry for like some of them, like especially like the Mummy and the Creature of the Black Lagoon. It's like they had a love and they couldn't be with their love, and I don't know, had a heart for monsters. Kind of twisted there, isn't it? But not really. They were like in-depth stories, like Mary Shelley. Her story of Frankenstein was brilliant when you read the book and how they portrayed it. And then, of course, the actors, Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff, boy, did they play all the monsters. And then we got Vincent Price that came in later. But, yeah, so that's just my little knowledge there. Just thought I'd share.
Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Yeah, we forgot the Mummy was 1932.
The Wolfman in 1940.
Yeah, but there's the Invisible Man. And the Invisible Man was 1933, and Bride of Frankenstein, 1935, and then Werewolf of London again.
Ooh.
1935. Whoa.
Well, I forgot about that one.
And 1936, May 11th, was Dracula's daughter.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
missed that one completely. I don't even remember
Yeah.
that one.
And then
Dracula's
son,
daughter, huh?
and then in 1939, the son of Frankenstein,
Mm.
which came out of January of that year. And then we move on to 1940. The Invisible Man returns. Yeah, there's a handful of them actually. And then
Yeah.
The Mummy's Hand in 1940. This is wow. All these films, the Mummy's Hand, The Invisible Man Returns, and The Invisible Woman, all 1940. And The Wolfman, 1941.
Yeah.
And in 1942, The Ghost of Frankenstein. Also in 1942, Invisible Agent.
Don't remember that. But I remember my mom telling me how that they would wait and wait for the new ones to come out and go with their nickel to the movie theater. They'd save up all week their nickel.
Oh yeah,
I love them
imagine,
stories like that. Yeah.
I imagine back then movie prices were really reasonable. Not to mention the concessions.
Right? I mean, it was a big deal back then to go to the movies. Like, my mom told me that they would get dressed up, and it was like a whole to-do. You know? Gosh, to bring that back, wouldn't that be fabulous? You know, I don't see that happening now.
Okay.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about monsters.
Okay. I lost the point. Where did the point the redheads come into the factor?
What?
I missed part of the chat because this chat has been going really fast.
Oh. Hello, redhead.
You guys are talking about Doctor Who, and we're talking about Universal Monsters. Well, how does that help me? How does that help me? I'm trying to talk about Universal Monsters. And apparently there's no other buddy up at this wee hour who wants to discuss Universal Monsters with me. I'll just call this part 1. Maybe I can have a part 2 where somebody actually knows has
new
more knowledgeable.
Yeah. Part 1.
Yeah, Universal Monsters Part 1. And then my chat has stopped. So this is the last weekend. Godzilla was misunderstood. Yeah, that was 1939.
Oh, Carlo.
Albanese. That was, yeah. Albanese.
He was very.
You didn't really get into Universal Monster thing? Not even when you were 9 or 10? I don't know. I don't know if I'm older or younger than you are. See, I was 9
Oh,
going
he's
on.
funny. So he could be dumb on two strings.
What?
What Joseph said. He goes, part one, sure. So I can be dumb on two strings.
No. Mm,
Not at all.
yeah.
And Carlo asked,
What's
what's a universal monster? So, Jedi.
you don't know Count Dracula or Frankenstein or the Mummy? These are classics.
Yeah.
The foundation of horror films. Yeah, Count Dracula, The Invisible Man, The Mummy, Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Ah, these all are good classics. Yes, they did get remade, but now they're almost
Go and watch
forgotten.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still love the original Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, Carlo says he's still 35 and checks under the bed for monsters.
Oh,
Sorry.
the fly. The fly?
That was
Remember
cute.
the fly? Yeah.
The fly, yes. How can we forget the help me at the end? His big little
Vincent
head.
Price.
Oh my
Yes.
Oh,
Even if you.
how about the Incredible Shrinking Man?
Yeah.
That's another one. Mm-hmm.
Lon Chaney was your favorite
Lon
Universal
Chaney.
Monsters actor. Yeah.
Yes, he was awesome.
Okay, Jeff. You're older than me. I don't know. I guess where I was, there was still a market for the Universal Monsters. You know, it was always an costume, and the kids would dress up and an image of Halloween. So. And Joseph says, you
Yeah.
know Dracula and Frankenstein from the books. You read Dracula when you were 12. Not your
No,
kids read at that age. Yeah, that's probably a safe bet, Joseph.
Heck, me and my kid watched the movies, the old black and whites with Grandma, my mom, when he was like 6 or so.
And you said you had no clue of the Universal Monsters. You have seen most of them were preteen use, mostly likely. Oh, but when I was 10 and 9, they used to play those movies all the time. And then, especially around 81, 82, when Elvira came on the air, she would play all those movies.
Oh,
You know?
I loved her show, yes.
Yes. Hello,
She was
Jeff
great.
B. Would Jurassic Park dinosaurs qualify as Universal Monsters? Modern ones, not classic ones. I haven't. Well, hardly monsters. Dinosaurs, yes. But I guess you can categorize them. Hello, Joseph.
Hello, hello. Anyway, hi Vitar.
Hmm.
So, and Jeff is asking,
Hi, Jeff.
what's wrong with reading Dracula at age 12? What is wrong with that? I didn't have a good sleep for about a week after I finished the book.
Uh,
No, trust me. The book is so much intense than any other movie made on that topic. No, when you said that you were watching all those movies when you were 10, just
mhm.
remember where I was when I was 10, in what
Uh,
country I lived. So it
yes.
makes sense that
Right.
we didn't have that much of those movies over here.
Hmm.
So, and I never, and then later, at a later age, obviously, there was so much to catch up in the 90s, you know.
Mm.
That those movies, they never came up, and there were so many of those remakes and new movies that came out that yeah, basically I never watched those. I know of Bela Lugosi, I know of Christopher Lee,
Hmm.
um,
Mm.
uh, and their portrayals, and I maybe saw one or two of those movies, but what you just listed, like the huge list of all the monster movies, doesn't ring a bell. For example, Monster from the Black Lagoon, you mentioned,
Creature, creature from the
or,
Black
or,
Lagoon.
or Creature from the Black Lagoon, doesn't ring a bell. I have no idea what is it all about. Nothing. Like, really, or Bride of Frankenstein, or
Oh, these are instant classics. I mean, and they're
I,
timeless.
obviously, but I have no idea. I've never seen the movies. Maybe one day. Oh, we have Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jedi Bill. Hello, V-Star. Hi, Yosef.
Greetings from the future.
Welcome to the past.
Hey,
So,
Jeff.
tu- 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 tu. Carlos
Joseph,
says, I remember.
I think you'd really enjoy the class.
It is very much possible that I could enjoy those movies because I have appreciation for old movies, and I like older movies. I don't, if the story is right, I definitely see myself enjoying those movies. Yeah, I don't know how for example, if there was like Frankenstein, if it was filmed in the way how the book is written from Mary Shelley, because I when I read the book, I still feel how the book starts, if I remember correctly, how they are chasing the monster somewhere in a cold. I don't remember exactly, but they are just trying to. Uh, and there was a scene that they were. I think that they went to North Pole or somewhere to total cold. And when I read it, I was like, man, I wouldn't survive that. And although all those crazy, I had like big fantasy when I was reading the books. I could imagine everything. Just remember, just such a thing. I read all the Jules Verne books, and this is how I got to science fiction. Oh, we lost V-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how I go into came to science fiction. Basically, Dracula and Frankenstein were my introduction to horror stories, and yeah, I read like tons of books, but the movies really. Count Dracula.
Yeah, Count Dracula cartoon.
Hmm.
Scooby Doo doesn't count.
and
I'm s-
I even didn't know that it was like Universal Monsters, that it was such a big thing. And honestly, I was totally oblivious about this to this topic until the latest attempt of creating once again the Dark Universe with the Mummy with Tom Cruise. That
yeah,
was such an horrible
yeah.
movie.
They failed at that one. I don't
Yeah.
know what they were thinking.
It was exactly when I was watching the movie, I was like, this reminds me somehow of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But there were certain scenes in the latest one, like the Suicide Squad, and I didn't like Suicide Squad. So yeah, but definitely those old movies.
Well,
mm,
I thought their better rendition was their 1999 The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
does it belong into this universe, into this dark universe?
No.
However, that's the question, because the Brendan Fraser Mummy, it was an excellent movie. It was adventurous. It was fun. It was goofy. But I like the special effects. I think the second one was horrible. The third one
Yeah.
somehow, since we didn't have Rachel Weisz in that one, it broke broke on multiple levels. But still, I enjoyed it definitely more than the second one,
Yeah.
because it played out with the army of the Chinese Emperor, and it was more Indiana Jones like.
Yep.
The second one I didn't like, but the first one, that's a classic. That is definitely a good movie. But I don't know if it belongs into the universe, into the dark universe of what is it? Universal?
Universal, yes.
Yeah, Universal. Yeah, so that's why I didn't bring it up.
I didn't say classic. Well, I meant well, Captain Trek. If I didn't say it, I'm sorry. I most certainly meant classic Universal Monsters. I most certainly meant. You have to give me a break here. I've been on the air for I did 7 hours, 7.5 hours prior to doing this show.
You know, Bill, when I saw the description the first time, I was trying to make sense of it, and my mind immediately went to The Munsters. The old TV show, The Munsters.
Oh yeah, yeah. From the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Monsters. It rings a bell. I think
It was a comedy TV show,
Yeah.
a family.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I think they did a reboot like in the 90s of that one.
No, they did. That was the Addams Family.
No. A TV show.
No, I think they did, or they were going to. They did a TV movie.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But this one, I remember I watched only maybe few episodes of this one, because for some reason it was never on TV in that. I know right now, because obviously I could get all those TV shows from the Austrian TV. And since it's an old TV show, they had it on the schedule very late in the night, somewhere after midnight or so, and then during the week, so didn't work out for me. School and the monsters, yeah.
No, the 2000 Leagues Under the Sea, that does not qualify. It's a classic, but it's not.
It's because I mentioned that I read the Jules Verne's books.
Okay.
That's why Jeff B mentions it in the chat. Okay. That's the only reason, because yeah, and I read like from Jules Verne, I don't know how many books, but probably everything. I don't know if it's 40 books or how many he wrote.
Lon Chaney was the best mummy. Okay.
Lon Chaney. Let's Google. American film actor.
Okay, Captain Trek. Thank you for pointing that out, my friend.
Carlo asks, so was King Kong Universal?
At least. Oh, yeah, well, I believe so, yes. But I don't know if they're categorized as a classic monsters. In the same era, a little bit later, but it's not the general grouping of Universal classic monsters. The general classic are the Invisible Man, Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera.
You see, Invisible Man, this is as well something that I didn't know that there was even something like this, because I remember only like the spoofs with Chevy Chase, was it? Something where he played, or then the early 2000s movie Hollow Man that deals with the topic on invisibility. And Fly, as you mentioned, Fly, I even didn't know that there was a previous movie to the Jeff Goldblum one.
Yeah, there was. It had Vincent Price, and I'd have to look up who else, but I did see the film a long time ago. It's been a while.
Captain Trek, are there words to the song for the monsters? I didn't think there were.
That is easy to YouTube.
And hello, not Ryan Johnson. Welcome.
Ryan Johnson.
Trying to have a discussion about classic Universal monsters,
which I'm pretty useless with.
That's okay. You're forgiven.
Now, get me talking about black holes and the galaxy, and then we can have a discussion.
I know.
We don't have LD here. Nothing to discuss it with. And no, the monsters don't have words in the main theme.
Well, I had to create this broadcast while I was doing the other broadcast, so that's why I was a little bit pre-detained. I didn't pre-set it up, so I need to work on that. And so I had a few pictures that I could use for thumbnails, and I go, oh, just go with this.
No need to be sorry, Cap.
What is Captain sorry about?
He was making a joke about the singing the tune to the monsters.
Oh.
And I was just playing along. I knew there weren't words to the song.
Okay, and you had me Google it. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Well, you learned something, Joseph.
Yeah.
You could have told me, like, no, there are no words, and I would be
Thank
100%
you.
happy. So yeah, definitely.
Well, my apologies, Joseph.
Apology accepted.
And Yitzi,
I'm grateful.
Thank you for my avatar drawing. But they tend to cut off the lightsaber. But
Did you get it in a square format?
no, when you go to select an avatar, you can only have so much, and I don't know how to tweak it to make it down to size. Anyway, it's great. I love it, Gitsy.
It looks really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is
Sing it,
talented
Carlo.
artist.
Yeah, that's it. Is actually I can show him. Oh wait, I have to share my screen first. Share screen.
Wow. A Sith one.
That's the Sith one, and that's the one I have up now, and with a green lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there's that.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Yitzy.
Yeah, the circle thing is annoying. Guess that's the reason people never painted circular paintings.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of paper in the new Battlestar Galactica, where they have the cut-off corners.
While where?
The corners of the rectangular piece of paper, it's like they cut off the actual corner.
Oh, I even don't remember that one. I really should rewatch Galactica.
So, Captain Trek, are you still with us? What can you tell us what you know of the Universal Monsters? Do you know anything?
I only don't remember why they stopped making those movies.
Well, they just went out of style, I guess. And the World War II and in Vietnam, Korean and Vietnam Wars, you know.
No, because I remember, and it is how I know about this type of pop culture is basically just through other movies. Let's say when I watched the original It, the TV two-parter from the 1990. I think it was 1990, and the kids they went they were going to theater because it was in the 50s. They were going to the theater and they watched all the horror movies, and there were some werewolves and mummies and everything. So something like this, always through different reference, but I never watched those movies. Yeah.
It's okay, Captain Trek. You don't have to know about him. I just like him. I saw the replays on television. I think I even got to see him because I have a lot of relatives in California, so movie theaters back in the 80s would often play older films. And I think I saw Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein on the big screen in one of the theaters out in California.
And which one from the whole universe? Which monster is your favorite?
Count Dracula.
Is it Dracula?
Yeah. I was telling folks I used to often dress up as Count Dracula with a cape and all. You know, wearing black cape with a red on the inside, and then it was always kind of like a tuxedo, and you would have a ring and like a big cross thing with a big red ruby, you know.
Capaldi has, as Doctor Who, has this this kind of cloak.
Yeah.
In some promotional pictures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, Dracula definitely. If I go back, I'm not. Okay, I watched some movies with what's his name, Christopher Lee. I remember that I watched one or two.
No, Carl, I did not dress up for Count Dracula for Christmas. No. Haha. You're funny, Carl.
Dracula for Christmas.
Yeah.
And but they just the most classical version of Dracula or the best adaptation was at least that one the one that I really liked was the Francis Ford Coppola one with Gary Oldman as Dracula. That was pretty close to the book, because all the other movies they were not filmed. They only took the whole vampire idea, but
what are we looking
some of the
at?
characters.
Well, I was talking about how the corners are cut off on papers in Battlestar, the
Battlestar
new.
Galactica. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a little funny thing that I found on the internet. It makes fun of the fact that the paper has got the cut corners. So it reads, Admiral, Vice President Zarek has informed me you've recruited an entire regiment for the sole purpose of cutting corners off pieces of paper. I'm just a politician, but I have to imagine there are better uses for 3,000 troops. If we must keep doing this, can we at least make the paper 8-sided from the start rather than cutting off the corners and throwing them away? Seems kind of wasteful. Then again, I guess we can find some trees and make more. Oh, wait, I forgot. All our trees have been nuked by a race of sentient robots. I can't help thinking this is some kind of deliberate retaliation for my previous complaints, Admiral. So say we all, Laura Roslin.
This is an interesting thing. I never realized that they had cut corners on the paper.
Hello, Mark the Infinitely Tired.
Says Christopher Lee was in the Hammer Dracula movies. What does it mean, Hammer Dracula movies?
Hammer Horrors. It was a series of like Universal.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was a very good series, by the way, too. You probably have to hunt down somewhere if they still have them. I know I'm probably gonna hunt them down.
Yeah, there's a good question. I'm just seriously asking myself why nobody ever asked this before. Have you seen Groundhog Day?
Yes.
Yes, Carlos.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen Groundhog Day.
Great film.
So, and in terms
I'm
of
sorry, I had to step away for a minute. Why did you mention Groundhog Day?
Yeah, I don't. Joseph, I don't even see that in the chat. Did I miss something? Oh no, no, oh no, Carlo. Yes, Carlo was talking about Groundhog Day. Okay, there we go.
yeah,
Mark,
Carlos,
the Infinitely Tired says they cut the corners as a joke to save money in the budget making the show.
Mm. Sorry, you won't do that again. It's okay, Carlo. Sorry. No, not sorry. Hello, Darth Haster. Morning, my friend.
Morning, really? It's almost 4 p.m. here.
Well,
Good morning. Good morning, Darth.
For me, where I'm at, it's almost 7 a.m.
It's almost 9 a.m. here.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in that central time zone.
Well, you should be.
The only time that matters.
Now, I used to live in Arizona, so
Yeah.
Arizona is one of those wild time zones that nobody is in but Jedi Bill?
Yeah, we don't do daylight savings here. Because
This is weird.
Mr. CCDV is also in Arizona.
Yeah. We have enough hours of daylight as is. I mean, sometimes it's 9 o'clock, 9:30, and the sun's not down. Sometimes.
Yeah, during summer here.
Yeah.
I just hate daylight savings when they are doing it. I would rather stay with this time that we have right now, basically, than to switch to the GMT +1. This fits me more because I don't care if it's a little bit longer dark in the morning outside. I'd rather have a little longer brightness coming into the house. Around December, I usually joke with my manager that I will work for him from the moment the sun comes up till the sun goes down, so that I can finish around 4 p.m. Never works out, obviously.
Well, I'll say this: if I'm a vampire, I'm sure not sparkling in the sunlight. But I do tend to melt.
Today is relatively cold. It's like, I don't know. Let me do the calculation here.
Darth, who needs more coffee? You need more coffee?
Mark says Jedi Bill is in a pocket universe by himself.
It's 79 here today. It's cold.
That sounds lovely to me, actually.
Yeah.
I draw the line. I draw the line at 97-ish, where I say, okay, this is perfectly acceptable. This is what I enjoy. This is what I like. Yeah.
Well, when you have 3 to 4 months of 97 or higher, pretty much, you want to get away from it.
No, trust me. It's my dream to travel around the world and just chasing those temperatures.
So you like it 100 or 105?
I would probably like it because there's the even I'm sitting in a room where I have my AC, and I barely turn it on until it is probably around those 86. I don't even turn it on, and then I
Wow.
turn it on just to cool the room a little bit down for like 10 minutes, and then I turn it off. And sometimes I do it just for the computer, not for me.
I don't like the room above 79. It's too warm.
79.
That's
Yeah.
about 26.
26, yeah, around 26, yeah.
79. Sometimes I have my AC set at 79, and that's plenty cool for me. It's where it gets to 82, 83, where it's hot.
I have my thermostat set at 79 during the summer.
Captain Trek suggests you move to Arizona.
Probably.
Depends on where you're at in Arizona.
Yeah.
If you get up to Flagstaff, it's quite a bit cooler.
Yeah.
And V-Star says she loves fall and winter.
Mhm.
No.
V-Star, I miss the snow. We get very little snow down here in San Angelo, Texas.
Snow is my enemy number one. Honestly, snow, I can't stand snow. And shoveling it, and lucky us, yay for global warming. We didn't have here snow for about 3 years. Okay, we get snow, but it falls down, it melts, and it's gone, which is perfectly fine during the winter time. But I remember Easter. I think it was 2013 Easter. It was very early in the year, late March. So the first possible basically day when you can have Easter holidays, and we have the Easter the Friday and the Easter Monday. The Good Friday and Easter Monday are the public holidays. So I remember 2013. We were leaving the work on Thursday in the evening, going home, and it was such a snowstorm. That was probably the only time in my life when I was really, really afraid of losing my own life on the road, because it was such a snowstorm that basically if you threw a blanket over the car, you would see probably the same I was able to see when I was driving. So, but somehow we managed to come home, despite I missed the exit from the highway. Fortunately, a few kilometers further was another one, and the road that usually the commute is usually something like 40 minutes. It took us almost 2 hours, but yeah, here I am, and it was like snow. The snow here until, I don't know, mid-April. It didn't melt. It was so much. Literally in front of the door, I had the snow. It was like 1 meter high, so 3 feet high snow. So it was ridiculous, and it didn't melt for about 2 weeks afterwards. No snow, thank you. I don't need snow. I don't want snow. And basically everything that is I think below 80, I would say. I don't consider acceptable weather for me. 79, 80, something like those 26 degrees Celsius. Yeah. No, thank you. No. Then I turn to a monster.
Monster.
Is that a universal monster?
No.
Yes, probably. I'm universally
Dr. Jekyll and Mr.
Annoying.
Hyde.
No, I'm just Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
When it's
Mr.
snowing.
Hyde. Oh, I see. Well, we've come to the hour mark, which means it's
We didn't-
finally time
yeah.
for me to wrap it up and get some rest. For
Yeah, you should
karaoke.
definitely get a rest because you know what, streaming like 9 hours. That's crazy.
Well, I'm a crazy guy.
Yeah, you are, but that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'm already up. I could do a little morning program. That was the idea. It also was the idea to share this stream with other YouTubers within our community. Like they could host it on their channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll try to work that out if we can actually get that going. But anyway,
No, you mean the Insomniac soup, right?
no,
That one. No,
the
this
morning
one.
the morning blend. The morning.
Oh,
blend.
the morning one. Okay.
Yeah.
Insomniac
a-
soup is your baby.
Yeah. The morning blend on Saturdays and Sundays. Same Jedi time, same Jedi time.
So,
Yeah.
Jedi Bill,
Yep.
thank you very much
Thank you,
for
Bill.
having me,
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming up.
and greetings to the chat. Have a great day.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you,
Bill.
Darth Hester. Thank you, everybody. You've been a lovely audience. Till tomorrow on the next morning blend. Be excellent to each other.